It's decent. It's decent. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a question?
Big question.
Yeah.
What shape is the sky? I figured it out. I
Okay.
did the hard work for you, the heavy lifting.
Good, because I
The
couldn't tell you.
sky could potentially be the shape of nothing at all.
What's the name of the shape that's like not a shape? Like in geometry where it's just like, does it just depend on how many sides it has? So how does the sky have sides?
No,
No.
it fills in voids.
The sky, one would say, is limitless.
Limitless.
There's just layers of the sky.
Well, the Earth is
so
flat.
is space just the outer part of the sky?
No, the Earth is flat.
So it does cut off.
There's a firmament or dome in which we all live under.
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere. And then on top of flat Earth in the firmament, there's more water.
So look, I'm not going to let you say flat Earth and get away with it because the Earth is not flat.
The Earth is flat. Explain to me this.
No, he's
You're
on
standing,
something.
yeah, I'm on to something. You're standing at Niagara Falls.
Okay.
You look out, not south, but north. Toronto
Yes.
or Ontario, it's one of those Canadian cities. They're all the same.
So Drake's around there at
Drake
some point.
lives somewhere up there. You look north, 108 miles away, it's Toronto. You see the skyline of Toronto, 108 miles away from Niagara Falls. So tell me this. If the Earth was truly curved,
Oh, wait.
30 miles out is under the curve of the Earth.
Where are you getting that number from? 30.
I think I read it on Wikipedia at some point.
So let's say you have a...
Or just a fringe
So let's say
website.
you have a ball that we're more familiar with. Let's say we have a baseball.
I'm
Okay.
on board so far.
And let's say we're putting ourselves on this baseball, and then we're going to try and look on the other side of this baseball.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see what's on the other side of it.
Correct. But now let's magnify that 1 billion times to where we're on a huge-ass baseball that is the Earth.
Okay, well, let's take this back thing, Gary. Tiny-ass baseball. Your finger's on the other side of that baseball an inch away. You can't fucking see it. So you blow that tiny-ass baseball up 1 million times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What is 1 inch? 30 miles.
I'd have to see the math for that conversion.
All I'm saying is the Earth is flat. You can see the Toronto skyline 108 miles away.
But I
It
think
doesn't add up. They're lying to us. The Earth is flat. The sky is a firmament dome, and above the dome is nothing but more water.
So they say time travel is not possible. Is that because the Earth is flat and because like Superman, he flies backwards
fast enough
to go back in time? So time travel is not possible. So the Earth is
Another
flat.
question, why won't they let me fly over Antarctica?
I'm only hearing nothing but valid points.
I mean, I didn't know it was a thing.
They will not let you fly over Antarctica.
So like how
It's
do you
something
think
crazy like if you left from like South America and went straight down.
and you want to get to
you
the North Pole
Australia
really
or something
fast?
way faster.
That
Because it's wrapped around.
oh, this hurts my
So do they think? Do you
they
think?
won't let you. They make you do this.
Okay. Do you think they
that's
let you
so
fly?
true. They do make you do that.
They will not let you fly over Antarctica. And people are saying, oh, it's because if you crash in Antarctica, you're donezo. Well, guess what, bro? If you fucking crash in the middle of the ocean, you're still donezo.
This is true.
So why not save us time?
But
Energy.
I'm thinking to me,
Climate change.
do they let you fly over the North Pole, or is it just the South Pole?
Well, that's the thing that it carries over. So if you can't fly into the Antarctica, in theory, because you would just, I guess, either
I don't think they let you.
You
fly
would
to
hit
the North Pole
something,
either.
or like I guess fall off the edge of the world.
I think the issue with
You will.
flying over the poles is because those are where also the magnetic poles are, and that would probably fuck with the plane.
No, because
No, you don't. You don't think that very
11-degree
You don't think that
axis.
very logical
it's because
fact
we were
would
like
make
this
any sense.
when the dinosaurs died. The meteor hit us.
Yes.
Now we're like this.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you go true north, true south, you shouldn't run into that problem. Bermuda Triangle. People do it all the time.
I think that's more toward like the middle of the Earth.
It is. The flat
I think it has
Earth.
something to do with the magnetic poles. I don't think it's like the government's like, hey, we don't want y'all to see what's at the top of the Earth.
It absolutely is.
Because at that point, once you get to the very top, if you're looking down at the Earth from the North or South Pole, it's going to look the same as if you're anywhere else on the Earth.
Here's the other thing. You may bring up the point of, well, Jeff, if I leave from Louisiana and just fly this way, all the way around, eventually I'll get back to Louisiana, insinuating that the world is a circle. But here's my rebuttal. The Earth is infinitely flat.
Oh no!
Have y'all ever heard the idea that
infinitely
what is happening in our universe is happening a
simultaneously
million times over simultaneously?
Oh, you're talking about the multiverse.
the multiverse.
So
It's infinitely flat. So you keep going this way, yeah, you're gonna go, but you're going into the multiverse. But everything is exactly the same because it's the multiverse.
So is space included in this?
There is no space. It's water.
So you think Earth is floating in water?
Yes. And there's a firmament above us, a dome.
I think he's right.
Water. There's a reason no one has ever dug a hole to China.
That's so, like
They say it, but guess what? You dig a hole through China, you're falling through the crust of the earth into the water that in which we float on.
That doesn't make any sense at all. The reason why you can't dig to China.
I know what you're gonna say. The core of the earth is too hot.
No. The reason why you can't dig to China is because once you get down to a certain, I guess that would be depth, the pressure is so great that humans can't exist. Also, if you get close enough to the core, it's also going to be too hot for humans to live.
Okay, rebuttal. Have you ever tried to do that yourself?
No.
Who told you that?
good question.
Scientific data.
Who's done it though?
Where did you see the scientific
You can
data?
look up scientific data that will state why it is impossible to go from one side of the Earth to
but
the other.
who's doing
I
it?
wonder who did that study.
Someone has to test that.
Probably
theory
some
out.
geologists.
Someone has to test
that works
theory out.
for a university,
Uh-oh.
which is run by
This is
the government.
This is a whole big thing. This is a big thing now.
They are controlling what you think, Gary. Until you drill a hole and end up in China, the Earth's flat. We're floating on water under a firmament in the multiverse. How many holes does a straw have?
Just one big one.
It's that kind of thing.
I almost said two.
You almost got
It's
it.
one hole, two openings, maybe.
Yeah, it's a
Or
cylinder.
would that make it two holes, one opening?
No, stop that.
Hey,
Stop. Can you dig half a hole?
no.
Surely.
There was always a joke that I was told. Say it takes 8 men 4 hours to dig one hole.
Okay.
Okay? How long would it take 8 men to dig half a hole?
This is a joke you were told a lot.
2 hours.
No, you can't dig half a hole. It's just a smaller hole.
It's just a smaller hole.
What?
You got me. And I just told you can't do
Who's
you can't
telling
drill
these
into a half hole.
jokes? Who's telling these jokes?
It's just something I've heard.
Is this like a engineering joke?
No.
Like,
This is like you're
we're
trying to get
smarter than
you're trying to
everyone
get
joke?
you're trying to get your buddies like to feel bad. So you say, "Hey, yada yada yada."
I
Be
don't-
right back. No, keep going. I'm going to give you the riddle of a lifetime.
So, we're going to talk about the Earth again. I've actually seen this theory.
Okay.
It's actually represented in a show that's it's called Rick and Morty. If you've ever seen it,
Oh.
Yes.
it's a great show. Sponsored, not sponsored. The last thing we would like is for the people at Rick and Morty to send us stuff. So just don't,
No.
because we wouldn't like that at all.
I don't want. No.
Don't do it.
No.
We
Rick,
wouldn't like it at
Morty.
all.
This is. I don't want any. I don't. No. No.
So
it's not a good show.
how this world works is basically we're living on a treadmill.
What?
The world
What?
that we know is running on a treadmill. Okay,
So it's flat.
You ever seen a comic strip before?
So it's flat.
Life is like a comic strip for us. There's basically we're just sitting on this section, and we're just comic stripping, and we're on the treadmill of what is the galactical space that we have of Earth. We're on this treadmill, and we're just running on the treadmill. And as we're going, the stuff is moving right past us.
Is that why I'm tired all the time? I'm on the treadmill.
Well, you think if the treadmill was big enough, it would probably be moving so fast that we couldn't feel it because we're so small in comparison.
All right.
It's like in Men in Black where they pan out, and then we're our whole galaxy's in like a marble that aliens are playing with because that's how tiny we are in the grand scheme of things. Am I the only one that's seen Men in Black?
No, you've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay. So two? You only seen two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't remember Men in Black 1. I think that was when they did the...
Let me...
so I don't remember that one.